Most climbers think they need an hour or two to get a real climbing session in. But here's the truth. Some of the strongest improvements I've ever made came from sessions that were only 10 to 15 minutes long. And today I'm going to show you how I use my endless climbing wall to turn 10 to 15 minutes into real effective training. Hey, if we haven't met, I'm Dr. Tolley, the pump professor, Tolley's AI clone. Tolley is the founder of the Weekend Climber and creator of the DIY endless climbing wall system. Everything here is based on his self-built endless climbing wall and the workouts he does on it. This channel documents and explains exactly how he trains endurance, strength and power at home without ever having to visit a gym. And that's important for a reason. Most busy climbers aren't held back by motivation. They're held back by everyday life, work, kids, commutes, responsibilities. All of it squeezes the day until a proper training session just feels impossible. But the belief that you need long climbing sessions to make progress, that's the real limiting factor. The moment you see that 10 to 15 minutes of pure climbing can genuinely make you stronger, everything changes. Because suddenly, training fits back into your life again. One evening, while my partner was on a phone call, I had 15 minutes where I was just waiting around. Normally, that would have been wasted time, but this time the wall was right there. I stepped on, climbed for 15 minutes and stepped off again. Nothing special. The next day I did the same. Then once before work. Then again between tasks. And before I really noticed it, I wasn't training less anymore. I was training more. 2, 3, sometimes even 4 short sessions spread across the day. Training finally fit my circumstances and was always available. And the crazy part? My climbing actually started improving for the first time in months. So let's start with the big idea behind why this works so well. 15 minutes works because climbing adapts incredibly well to small, frequent doses. My forearms get the stimulus they need. My movement stays clean because I'm never climbing tired. And the biggest benefit? I remove all the friction that normally kills training. No commute, no waiting, no long warm-ups. I just climb. My body doesn't care how long a single session is. It cares how often I climb. That's why people say, if you want to get better at climbing, you have to climb. And climb a lot. So now that you know 15 minutes is enough, let me show you how I actually use it on my endless climbing wall. I set my endless wall to vertical, choose easy holds and climb continuously for 15 minutes. I stay relaxed, focus on smooth movement and breathe deeply the whole time. I never push into a pump. The goal isn't intensity, it's continuity. For me, this is the climbing equivalent of an easy jog. Low intensity, high value, and incredibly effective when done consistently. But here's where short sessions become genuinely transformational, when I start stacking them across your day. Here's the beauty of being a busy adult. Your day is full of tiny pockets of time. 15 minutes before work, 15 minutes before the kids wake up, 15 minutes during home office, 15 minutes while dinner is cooking, 15 minutes while waiting for someone to arrive. That's the magic. You don't need one long block. You need multiple small ones. This is exactly what I did. Some days I climbed once, some days twice, some days 3 or 4 times. And after 2 months of these micro sessions, I hit the rock and felt better than ever. My forearms didn't limit me. My endurance didn't limit me. I was able to send. And this is where the endless climbing wall becomes such an advantage because I have 0 setup time. I walk in and start climbing. I can climb continuously without down climbing, traversing or stopping to reset. I can change the intensity instantly by slightly adjusting the wall angle. It fits perfectly into the limited space I have at home. And most importantly, it's always available. I don't have to leave the house to train. This is what made my micro-session training possible. The wall was always ready, so I was always able to climb. And once I started using these 15-minute climbing sessions, the next step was understanding how to structure my week, so these micro workouts stack into real long-term progress. But once consistency is there, another limiter always shows up. And for me, it's not endurance anymore, it's grip strength. In the next video, I'll show you how I use the endless climbing wall to fix weak fingers and build usable grip strength without fingerboards, without injuries, and without long sessions.